Hey everyone, and welcome back to Easy English Conversations. Before we jump into today's chat, if you enjoy what we're doing, please take a second to like this episode, share it with a friend who's also learning, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on future conversations. It really helps the podcast grow. Okay, let's get into it. So, I got something super cool for you today, Alex. Well, not something for you, but a topic for us. For the podcast.
Oh, okay. I'm ready. I am always ready for a good topic. What is it?
Okay, so I was thinking about habits. Like our daily routines. The small things we do every single day without really thinking about them.
Yes, I love this. This is a fantastic topic because habits are everything. They are the foundation of your entire life, really.
Exactly. And I thought it would be a great conversation for our listeners on Easy English Conversations because learning a language is, well, it's all about building good habits, right?
It absolutely is. Consistency is so much more important than intensity. Doing a little bit every day is way better than studying for 8 hours one day and then doing nothing for a month.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I want to get into your head a little. I want to know about your routine, Alex. Let's start with the morning. What's the very first thing you do when you wake up?
The very first thing, okay, the absolute first thing I do is not look at my phone. That is the most important rule for me. I leave it in another room.
Wow, okay, that's impressive. I definitely check my phone pretty much right away. So why? Why no phone?
Because the morning is my time. It's for my brain to wake up calmly. When you look at your phone, you are immediately reacting to the world. Emails, news, social media, it's all other people's priorities, not yours. And that's a terrible way to start your day if you want to be in control.
That makes so much sense. You're starting the day by reacting instead of, acting. So what do you do instead? Wow, that's a powerful way to put it. Other people's priorities. I feel that. I'll wake up with a clear mind, and the second I open my email, my brain is suddenly filled with problems to solve and requests to answer. It creates this low-level anxiety that just follows me through the day. I've never thought about it as actively choosing to let that in.
I drink a big glass of water. Then I do about 10 to 15 minutes of stretching. Nothing intense, just moving my body. It wakes me up better than coffee. It really does. It tells my body, okay, time to start today. Exactly. You're letting the chaos in before you've even had a chance to connect with yourself. There's science behind it too. When you see a stressful email or a negative news headline, your body releases cortisol, the stress hormone. Starting your day with a cortisol spike is like starting a race by tripping out of the blocks. It puts you in a defensive, reactive state of mind from the very beginning.
Okay, so you've had water, you've stretched. What's next? Is this when the coffee happens? I feel like I need coffee to even think about my day.
Coffee does happen, yes, but while the coffee is brewing, that is when I do my first little bit of mental work. Sometimes it's writing in a journal for 5 minutes, and sometimes it's reading one page of a book. One single page.
Just one page? How does that, what's the point of just one?
Because it's easy. The goal isn't to read a whole book in a week. The goal is to start the day by accomplishing something. I read one page and I think, great, I've already done something positive for my mind. It builds momentum.
Right, a small win.
Exactly. And this connects directly to learning English. So many learners feel overwhelmed. They think, I have to study for 2 hours, but that's too big. The goal should be, I will learn one new word, or I will listen to 1 minute of a podcast, just one. It's a small win, and it makes you feel good and want to do more.
That's a really good point. It's less intimidating. Okay, so you've had this really peaceful, productive start. What about the main part of the day? When you have to actually work or study hard. How do you keep that focus?
The key for me is my environment, my desk, my workspace. It's very, very simple. I only have what I need for the task right in front of me. If I'm writing, I have my computer and a notebook. Nothing else. No phone, no other books, no distractions.
So you create like a bubble of focus.
A focus bubble. Yes, that's the perfect phrase for it. And I use a timer. I work for 25 minutes, totally focused, then I take a 5-minute break. It's called the Pomodoro technique. In that 5-minute break, I get up, I walk around, I look out the window. I do not check my phone.
The phone is really your enemy, isn't it? I get it. It's just so hard to resist.
It's not an enemy, it's a tool. But you have to be the master of the tool, not the other way around. For language learners, this is critical. If you're studying English vocabulary on an app and you keep getting notifications, you are not learning. You're just switching your attention back and forth. It's not effective.
Okay, so first point, have a calm start to the day. Second point, create a focus bubble for deep work. What happens when the work is done? How do you switch off? My brain sometimes just keeps going and going. I find it hard to relax.
This is just as important as the morning routine. It's the bookend to the day. I have something I call a digital sunset.
A digital sunset? Okay, I'm curious. Tell me more.
About an hour before I want to go to sleep, all my screens go off. My phone, my computer, my TV, all of it. The blue light from screens tells your brain it's still daytime. It makes it harder to get good, deep sleep. And sleep is when your brain processes and stores information.
So all that English you learned during the day, it gets saved in your brain while you sleep?
Precisely. It's a process called memory consolidation. If you study hard and then sleep poorly, you are wasting so much of your effort. So, during my digital sunsets, I do something relaxing. I might listen to some calm music or talk with my family. Or, and this is a great tip for learners, I read a real physical book before bed.
An actual book made of paper? How, old-fashioned.
It is, and it's wonderful. For an English learner, reading a simple book, maybe a children's story or a graded reader before bed is fantastic. It's low-pressure exposure to the language. You're not studying, you're just enjoying a story. It's relaxing, and you're learning at the same time.
Okay, this all sounds like perfect, like the ideal day. But let's be realistic. What about bad days? You know, the days where you wake up and you just feel, terrible. No motivation, no energy. What do your habits look like then?
That is the most important time to have habits, because on good days, you have motivation. On bad days, you have habits. Motivation is a feeling. It's an emotion. It comes and goes. Habits are actions. They are reliable.
So you still do everything? The water, the stretching, the reading, even if you feel awful?
Yes, but maybe a shorter version. Maybe I only stretch for 2 minutes. Maybe I only read one paragraph instead of one page. The goal on a bad day is not to be perfect. The goal is to just show up, to not break the chain of the habit.
Don't break the chain. I like that.
And I use something called the 2-minute rule for tasks I really don't want to do. I tell myself, you only have to do this for 2 minutes. Anyone can do anything for 2 minutes, right? So for an English learner having a bad day, they can say, I'll just review flashcards for 2 minutes.
And what usually happens after 2 minutes?
Usually starting is the hardest part. Once you start, it's easier to continue. So those 2 minutes often turn into 5 or even 10. And even if they don't, you still did 2 minutes. You didn't do 0. You kept the habit alive, and you feel so much better than if you had done nothing.
That's totally true. The feeling of guilt when you skip something you know you should do is way worse than the feeling of just doing it.
It is. It's about being kind to yourself, too. It's not about being a robot. It's about building a system, a routine that supports you, especially on the days you need it most. Your habits are your friends on bad days. They carry you when motivation can't.
Wow, okay, my mind is kind of blown right now. It seems so simple, but it's really deep when you think about it. It's about building a life, not just, getting things done.
That's all it is. Small bricks building a big house. Every habit is a brick. Learning English is a house you're building. Every word you learn, every listening exercise you do, it's just one more brick. And eventually you look back and you've built something amazing.
So, to summarize for everyone listening, first, start your day with intention and without your phone. Second, create a focused environment for work or study. Third, have a clear end-of-day routine to help you relax and consolidate your learning. And fourth, rely on your habits, not your motivation, on bad days.
That's a perfect summary. And remember, to make it easy, make the habits so small you can't say no. That is the secret.
This has been really helpful, Alex, even for me, not just for learning English, but for everything. Thank you for sharing all that.
My pleasure, Anna. It was a great topic. A really, really great topic.
Well, that's all the time we have for today on Easy English Conversations. We hope this was useful for all of you on your language learning journey. Remember to be kind to yourselves and just add one small brick to your house today.
That's right. Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll talk to you in the next episode. And that's a wrap for today. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you found this chat helpful, don't forget to leave a like, share it, and subscribe for more. We appreciate you all.